Welcome back! The spookiness is continuing, and I think we are just about on the edge of a big reveal. Anyway, time to welcome back the players to the stream and unmute. Hello, hello, hello!
Hello.
Welcome.
Just as a heads up for the audience, and I did confirm this, between streams with the players that we have switched over to using the 1D&D playtest, just so we can help playtest it and give our feedback. So yeah.
Spoiler alert! I all I needed was confirmation I could get a feat, and I was in.
Yep. Yeah, so for the most part, Rylek and Lucille have gotten feats. Valdis and Jacob have gone through a bit of a change. Also, we are having a change to inspiration, so that will be happening in game very shortly. But yeah. Oh, and because I have forgotten to do this and I need to get in the habit of it. Just a heads up for the audience that this is a Cosmic Horror campaign, and so if you don't do well with Cosmic Horror and those themes, just if you would do better without the stream, you don't have to watch. But yeah. These guys are ready for Cosmic Horror.
I'm ready, doesn't mean I'll handle it well.
I feel bad because the Xenoblade title theme's playing and it's really good. Feels bad to cut off this song, but I have to.
It's
Dang.
okay.
Yep. And now, the spooky Underdark music. Which is also from Xenoblade because I am very original in my music picks. Last time on Mind and Body, the party was able to travel from the small village, having decided to go to the Deep Gnome capital. Along the way, they met a spirit naga and a group of Duergar. Lucille hunted some spider to eat, and they eventually arrived in this city. Smaller city. The party then went to the inn where they found that some spooky things were happening. Rylek found one of these strange rats with a visible brain. And the party was then approached by an individual who Valdis quickly stabbed upon being suspicious of the individual, when then his brain popped out of his head and tried to attack you all, but you were too quick for it. We now come in the aftermath of that event. Everyone else in the inn is just stunned by what has happened, looking at you all. At first, they were about to call the guards, but then the man's brain popped out of his head.
Well, that was gross.
Voldis.
Balls first.
Voldis just kind of brushes himself off a little bit of the blood splatter that most likely got on him from the battle, and looks to the crowd with a stern and firm gaze. Apologies for the indecent display. It is coming to our attention that the problem that has started in Darktown is beginning to extend to the rest of the Underdark.
The innkeeper just looks over. His brain popped out of his head. Have you experienced this?
Well, not yet. Or at least not until now.
As a side note, for Ralek and Jacob, Voldis will be interpreting what is being said, so they're caught up on the conversation.
Okay.
Did Rylek mention to us the glowing redheads last time?
Yes, Rylek and Jacob mentioned the rat.
Okay.
Isn't that what attracted the stranger with the
Oh yeah.
brain that came out of his head?
Yeah, that is what happened.
Should we just ask the whole place about the thing?
But, honestly, I doubt many people know. Too many. They know about what just happened, know anything about what just happened, but it is a better idea than what I can think of right now.
And okay. She like opens her mouth. Lucille like opens her mouth to speak. Sees all these people like turn and look at her. She immediately gets uncomfortable and clams up. She's not used to. She doesn't like it when people stare at her.
Which of you
Yes.
are looking back into the crowd, if I may ask?
I am.
Is Jacob there? I don't remember.
Yes, I believe you were the one who got the killing blow on the brain.
You
With the
smited
divine
the
smite.
fuck out of that thing.
Alright, yeah.
You blew it up. You straight blew up the meat.
Alright, that's why I'm missing a spell
you
slot.
blew it up.
I was looking at my spells. I'm like, why am I missing a spell slot? Should I long rest? I feel like we long rested, and then
Yeah.
and I remembered, and you guys reminded, and then
Smite
with that, it's like, oh yeah, I smited it.
So is it Jacob analyzing the crowd?
Yeah.
Alright, first off, I'm going to have to ask for everyone's surface level thoughts.
Lucille is just uncomfortable, both with and like still a little bit in shock from both the sight of this man's brain crawling out of his head and then being blown up, and then being like, "What the fuck?" Like she's just so thrown off, that she doesn't know what to do.
Alright.
Rylek is just like what I remember the last time you asked for surface thoughts with Eerie, head empty, only shock.
Alright. Valdis or Jacob?
Jacob's just kind of. Jacob was there and saw this guy saw what happened, right?
Yes.
He's kind of thinking, who else is there? As he kind of is more looking around himself and trying to be aware of it, of who could be one, and I also feel like you might cast divine detect goody. No, is it not? It's the divine sense. That's what it is.
Read me what Divine Sense does.
As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or no location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Alright.
If they're not behind total cover.
Alright. And then, is anyone besides Lucille and Jacob looking into the crowd?
Rylek is still staring at the table.
Alright.
Table where the brain was.
Valdis is going to attempt to corral the crowd. So he's more focused on them paying attention to him.
Alright, so Lucille and Jacob, you both may roll insight checks.
Do you still want Voldis's surface level thoughts?
Oh, yes, my apologies.
No problem. His first thought is immediately to paranoia, and so his line of thoughts are, okay, we need to tell everyone everything, and it's probably not a good idea to give our names because we're probably being followed.
Alright. So do you begin to tell everyone everything? Tell the
Yes.
audience. Alright. What do you say to the other patrons of the inn?
Do you want me to summarize it out of character or roleplay it in character?
You can do what you wish.
As I said, this occurrence is not the most unique, although this specific one is different. In Darktown, there was an occurrence of Grimlocks who entered and attacked, leaving a number of the citizens injured and a number more dead. These creatures that seem to be allied with the Grimlocks, as far as we have seen so far, are in the shape of a rodent with a clear head, transparent. Do your best to stay safe. Stay away from these creatures. Call a guard if you see them. And if anyone acts oddly, it may not be of their own accord.
Jacob, with that 15...
I
got a
kind of wanted.
22.
Yeah, I wanted
got
to
a
quickly
22.
say I kind of was in my lucky feat to roll a second insight check just
Oh.
because.
You may.
So. All right, yeah, it is 15 because that was an 8.
Alright. And Lucille, you got a 22?
Yes, I did.
Both of you...
Inside people.
Both of you notice one individual. Like most of the people are shocked. This person is trying to feign the shock, as if they already know this information.
Alrighty. Gonna divine sense if that's all right, because are they 60 feet away?
Yeah. The tavern isn't 60 feet big, so yeah.
Alrighty.
As you divine sense, you do not pick up anything except for a fiendish presence. But then when you look over, you notice it's just Rylek.
How far into the crowd is this suspicious person?
I would say they're not quite in the middle. They're between the middle and the edge.
I would like to address the crowd, but stare directly at this. What does this person look like?
They are an androgynous Sverfneblin.
Okay, I would like to address speak as if addressing the crowd, but stare right at this individual and say, "If anybody knows anything, we would greatly appreciate the help."
I'll let you all keep your current insight rolls. I'm just gonna roll against them again. Both Jacob and Lucille, you're kind of getting the feeling that this person isn't gonna come forward because they're in on it, basically. Maybe not necessarily like in on it as if it's a scheme, but they are a part of whatever's going on.
Rylek's gonna look at Lucille, about to ask a question, but then and she'll notice where Lucille's looking, and tilt her head so that she looks at the same individual. Eyebrow raise and something up with him, something up with someone in the crowd.
I glance at Riley briefly and say in common, I think that person I'm looking at, I think they're in on it.
Rylek never was one for subtlety. She's just gonna walk up to the individual and drag them over to the table.
God damn it.
Oh, Jesus.
I would say roll me athletics, just to see if you can grab them. Oh yeah, they make a good attempt at getting away, but you just one hand just grab them by the scruff of the neck and drag
yeah.
them back.
Thank you. Oh god. I forgot. I actually think I have proficiency in that, so in athletics. And as I said, I'm just gonna carry him back to the table, so that able for Valdis and Lucille to properly interrogate.
I hop right onto a chair and steeple all four of my hands and smile and say, hello. You look like you know something. Should the brain to pop out of your head too?
No.
Consider that at an official role.
Look, that was just my partner, not me. The innkeeper will then look over. You're one of the ones that's been acting different, ain't ya? Looks over at the innkeeper angrily, then back at you all fearfully again.
I look at the innkeeper and say, how different have they been acting?
Less spirited, if I had to put it like that.
Pardon me, everyone. And Valdis will lean down and just kind of like a private huddle with Lucille real quick and say, what in the hell are you doing?
Is that not what you want us to do?
What happened? Why this person?
Because he was acting sketchy. Did you not see the crowd?
I was trying to calm everyone down. What do you mean sketchy? Did he start growing an extra brain?
No, he's not. No, he's acting like he's pretending to be shocked.
Valdis will quirk an eyebrow at that and then look at the man. Huh. A conspirator, eh?
We're still in the middle of the freaking bar, right?
Yes.
With all these people. Lucille looks at this guy and then at everyone else, and it's just like,
Maybe this is the kind of conversation we should have in private.
We're not any kind of authority around here, Lucille. We probably should allow the people to be under... Sorry, back it up. We should probably allow the people to know just as much as we do, as they would be just as much as of a help in this situation as we are.
At this point, you all hear a knock on the door. And the innkeeper will go over to open it.
Rylek's gonna tighten her grip slightly and look over at the door.
Does anyone else have a reaction? Not
I
a
want to keep
mechanical
an eye.
reaction, but just reacting to this sequence.
I want to
Nope.
I'm gonna like turn my head halfway towards the door and just keep an ear pointed towards it while keeping this suspicious fellow within my sight.
Right. The door will open and there will be a guard on the other side, in armor, spear at the ready. Yes, I heard that there was a disturbance here. Oh, yes, thank you. We had a, and just, she gestures over at the body and the exploded brain. I have no idea how to even describe it. These fine folks, I guess they saved us from whatever monster was in the man's head. And I guess this individual here is a co-conspirator. I don't know.
Slightly drag so that fate. So Rylek's gonna slightly lift him up so that the guard can see his face.
All right. Well,
Face and cork an eyebrow, as if to ask, "You know this one?"
well, if this individual's causing trouble, I guess nothing to it but to arrest them.
Toss
They
it.
something about this.
Stops mid arm or stops mid toss. Us because she realizes he didn't know what he just said.
Oh, he said that if he's a part of this, they should arrest him.
Everyone's thoughts on that?
I mean, as long as we're allowed to ask him questions.
I look at the guard when I say that.
Ask that in undercommon.
Yes, I did say it in undercommon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't understand undercommon. I don't speak.
Jacob does not understand uncommon either.
Valdis
Okay.
has again been translating everything to you two, so you are caught up on the conversation.
Can it just be an unspoken assumption that we will translate for the people who can't speak undercommon?
Yes.
Vice versa.
This is literally Valdis's job. He is
Okay.
translating everything.
Voldis, what do you think?
This. Well, the man hasn't had something jump out of his head yet, but arresting him without anything other than a feeling appears to be a bit hostile. Perhaps a questioning? Calm down, everyone, and we can maybe find some useful information.
We could take them to questioning. If you could follow me, I could have an interrogation room made ready.
Just tosses his dude over shoulder. Older gestures to lead the way.
Alright then.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, guard. What take do you have on the goings on at the moment? Rats with clear heads and this brain on the floor. Have you seen anything like this before? And I would like to insight their reaction.
I haven't, but everything's strange down here sometimes. Alright, roll insight.
That, as a player, makes me go, what? Do-do-do.
Well, you were rolling insight anyway, so yeah. You hard to read. Yeah. So then at that, the guard will escort you all to the guardhouse, and lead you to an interrogation room. This way, if you will.
isn't even bothering to be gentle with the. Rylek isn't even bothering to be gentle, with the person over her shoulder. Older, or when she gets to a chair to put him down, and he just drops him in, and then walks to the door. Walks beside the door.
For clarification, this individual is non-binary.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Them then.
So yeah.
And either way, they should now be on a chair, or with a giant red individual glaring at them from one side of the room.
All right. Do the rest of you filter into the room?
Yes, I do. Yes, we do. Well, I do anyway.
All right.
I do.
Jacob's just gonna be outside the room. He's gonna be looking through the door, you know? Like, unless they close the door and all that, then he is just gonna be in, I assume, the hallway, just kind of leaning his back against the opposite wall.
All right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if Jacob is going to wait outside before Voldus goes in, he's just going to quickly say, is the guard by us right now?
They are the guard. He is by you right now.
Okay.
Um-
Voldus is just going to pass by Eerie and just say, under his breath, but loud enough so at least Jacob can hear, keep your guard up. I don't trust anyone here.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, he was gonna do that anyway, because what I was gonna have him do is sort of just be both on alert, basically as an enhanced perception and all that, and yeah, just to see if anyone attempts to try and eavesdrop on what's gonna be talked about or stuff, you know.
All right. The guard will say, "I should just get my superior to a superior to oversee this interrogation, just in case things get out of hand. One moment," and he will begin to go deeper into the guardhouse. Alright, you all may begin the interrogation.
Quick question.
Jacob, first thing first, actually, Jacob's gonna cast Zone of Truth.
On the individual you have taken, or before the guard leaves?
After the guard leaves.
Okay. And you're casting it into the room?
Yeah, centered on him.
Alright, what's your spell save DC?
15.
15? Ooh, you can tell that they succeeded.
Yep, but now they're gonna have to make it save. Every turn, since it's gonna be starting your turn there.
Oh, that's how Zone of Truth works? Nice.
Yeah, until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell for the first time or starts its turn in there must make a charisma save.
Nice. I did not know that's how it worked. I thought it was one or done. That's really good.
How long
Nope.
does Zone of Truth last?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Also, Voldus chooses to fail.
So do I.
I have a
choose to fail.
Yeah.
Lilac chooses to fail as well, even though she's probably just gonna stand and by the door and glare her the entire time, not even speaking.
Alright, you may all begin the interrogation.
Before we do, just quick question. Did we see any guards when we entered the guardhouse?
You did.
How many?
There is a sizable amount, like enough to take care of the city.
Okay. Okay.
Like nothing seems suspicious about their numbers.
No, I just wanted to see how many there were. Just in case.
Would anyone else like to start this, or should I have the first go?
Please feel free.
You're the calmest one here. You're the calmest one here. I'd recommend you start.
Sir Knight?
I don't think they can even understand me.
Alright, now they have failed the thing. And
Yeah.
I have a timer going for the 6 minutes. Or for the 10 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all that Jacob says. It's just like I don't think they can even understand me because language barrier.
Fair enough. So, I guess we should start simply. Are you aware of why your friend had their episode at the inn?
Yes. At this point, you notice that their fear has drained. At this point, they are now kind of like emotionless.
Then I guess I should cut to the chase and just ask, are you under the same condition as your friend?
Not the same.
Similar?
Not that you would know.
So, wait, their whole demeanor has changed? They went
Yes.
from nervous to calm?
As if they've been caught in the act, so they don't need to act anymore.
Okay. Just seeing the shift, I want to look them in the face and see if I can recognize that shift in their face that I saw in the Grimlocks and stuff, where the Grimlocks seem to be the mouthpiece for something else.
You do not notice that shift.
Okay. Okay. I want to keep an eye on that shift throughout this interrogation.
Alright.
I say, if you were the same, were you? Hold on, wait. My whole question. Oh fuck. What were you? How long were you partners?
Since they came, they opened my eyes. He needed a bit more convincing.
Opened your eyes to what?
At this point, you all will hear the guards yelling about something happening across town, and they begin rushing out of the building. You all, what's everyone's passive insights?
15.
No, wait. Insight?
Yes.
Passive insight? 11.
15.
16.
11 here.
Let me just roll to see who would get this. Yeah, you all understand, this isn't the guards acting like this. This is, legitimately something's happening, and they are rushing out of the building to take care of it.
Can I rush out, poke my head out of the room real quick and catch someone who is about to leave and say, "What's happening?"
We don't know. We don't know. Something's going on. We have to get there. Another one yells, "It's Grimlocks!"
I pull my head back in and say, "Grimlock attack."
Rylek just boots the interrogatee unconscious. Unconscious and rushes out.
Make attack roll.
I'm gonna do it unarmed.
Yeah.
Quick question: Is
Nine-
Grimlock spelled
9
with
plus
an E
7
at the end?
equals 16.
16 hits. Yeah, I believe that knocks them out.
We should tie them up.
Rylek, you do that, and then you hear in your head, "That won't give you the answers you're searching for."
Rylek, as soon as the voice starts, Rylek pauses and her head shoots up. The fuck? The fuck did that voice come from? She says out loud.
Right. As the guards begin shuffling out, the guard who had met you at the inn comes in. I think we can handle this. Well, they can handle this. I'll stay here and help you all.
Oh, well, then we didn't need to knock that one out.
Rylek suddenly Ups feeling eyes on her back. Slowly turns around.
Everyone who has above 6 passive insight, this guard is trying to stall you guys. Keep you here.
Oh no.
I have 11 insight.
Yep, so all of you can tell that he's trying to stall you.
Oh, Lucio
I
was saying
think-
like, oh, wait.
You know what? I'm
Lucio
just gonna
says-
throw my great club at him.
Roll to attack!
12.
Talking.
12, throws up the shield, and it dings off. Fine then. And, you all will hear a behind you? Does anyone turn around?
I do.
I immediately turn around on fists raised.
You all see a figure that Lucille saw a brief glimpse of. I, unfortunately, did not prepare for this eventuality. This was off the cuff. But I do have a token prepared.
Sorry, what?
This
Oh,
is the
no.
figure you see.
Nah. You can't be serious.
And now I get to reveal that it's a Mind Flayer campaign! As the individual stands in the interrogation room having teleported in.
I kind of. Jacob has not moved from the wall. He just kind of has been, like, leaning back against his arms, folded this entire time, really. Just, like, taking in the entire situation.
Alright.
Is the thing in sight of Jacob? Can Jacob see the damn thing? Is my
Yeah,
question.
he-
Jacob, I think, is around the corner, so he cannot personally
Oh,
see it.
Jacob placed
Oh.
himself to be right in front of the door of the interrogation room.
Oh yeah, then you can see
Meaning
it.
that most likely he was the only one who actually caught through probably the corner of his eye, because most likely focusing on the guard, actually saw it materialize first.
Then you can see the creature. And I am going to need everyone to roll initiative.
20 plus 2.
14.
Oh, you just got an F20 on your initiative.
Alright, 7. Well, I just have to change one thing real quick.
I should have taken alert as my feat, just so that I would get positive initiative, but I'll die on this hill of being lucky.
Same.
Just need to double check your guys' initiative.
My initiative was 22.
Jacob's was 2. What were Lucille and Valdis's?
14 and 7 respectively.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Rylek, you begin. Unfortunately, we are gonna have to do this Theater of the Mind, but... yeah. You see this...
Rylek?
Oh,
Rylek pretty much bulldozes her way straight into a creature in front, or that just teleported in,
alright.
and like no hesitation.
Roll to
And
attack.
First off, I'm gonna rage before actually launching into that out one.
Alright.
So enable that. You are barbarian, raging, and hit DC.
You-
is 22.
You reel back and punch this thing right in the face. I believe it's +2 rage. What's your strength modifier? Oh, there we go already.
I just clicked. I just I just clicked the damage thing. My strength.
Yeah.
Modifier.
It was already there, so.
Yeah, it's 1 plus your strength modifier. That's unarmed damage.
Ah.
Naturally, unless you have something like martial arts or
Tavern Brawler.
Tavern Brawler, yeah.
Yeah. So, you punch this thing in the face, and you expect it to be squishy, but it's not. You feel like you do when you punch a person in the face. Like there was a skull under there.
And I'm gonna. Oh wait, I need a weapon to do the frenzy attack. Shit.
That you just threw. Yeah.
I'm gonna back up a couple steps then.
Just a heads up, if you back up, you would take an attack of opportunity.
All right, then I'm just gonna stand put.
Alright. Lucille, your turn.
So, oh god. I'm at the door with the guard. The guard still looks as he did before, right?
The guard is,
Yes.
like, starting to ready a spear at you guys.
Okay. Well, I am going to go for the guard since he's closest to me. And I'm gonna do an unarmed strike against him.
Roll to attack.
13?
13. You punch, and you punch the metal on his helmet.
Oh, damn it. Okay, second attack. I'm gonna hit him again. That's better. 23.
23, that connects.
Okay, and that is 1d6 plus 5. 10.
10 damage. How do you connect with this hit?
I want to knock the spear. I want to disarm him. I want to knock the spear out of his hands.
Alright, so the first punch you went high, mostly a feint, because now you go low with one of your secondary arms and get him right in the armpit.
Okay.
Do you
and
want to
then
use your bonus action?
Absolutely, I do. I want to hit him again.
Alright.
In the legs.
Just-
Legs, question mark?
Just your normal bonus action, or are you Flurry of Blowsing?
Nah, I'm gonna do it on another unarmed strike.
Alright, roll to attack.
18?
18 hits. How do you want to take the guard out?
I just wanna knock him out. I don't
Alright.
wanna kill him because if he's trying to stall us, he must know something too.
So this time you go again for the helmet, but you put enough force behind it to rock it a bit, and it's like hitting someone on the head to knock them out. You just had to put a little bit more behind it.
Cool.
Alright.
I don't have any more bonus actions. So actually wait. Nope, wait. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna like post up at the door and keep an eye out for anybody who wants to come in. Okay.
Valdis, were you near the door?
I guess after Rawlek knocked out the person we were interrogating and there was commotion by the door, yeah, I guess he would have went up to the door.
Alright. That means, because of positioning, and this is the best I could judge it, I'm going to need Jacob, Valdis, and Rylek, not Lucille because she's behind the wall, having punched the guard, to make intelligence saving throws.
16.
2.
13.
13. Jacob and Rylek, you both fail against the Mind Blast. Just need to wait for the dice. That is going to be 21 damage to each of you, and you are stunned. Valdis, you rolled 16, so you take 10 psychic damage and are not stunned.
Wait, I have rage going. No, wait, that does physical damage. Fuck.
Shit.
Something's going on with my side of the internet, I think. It was just a secondary, momentary thing.
Okay. So, all that you see, you don't see too much, but the three of you feel this racking pain in your mind from the creature. Valdis, it is now your turn.
His head hurts and he's stunned, not stunned, but just taken aback for the moment after Lucille takes out the guard, and he notices looking back, because he didn't look back initially, is looking at the guard, and he for the first time sees this entity, and then he sees Ralek not moving.
Just head in her hand, and yelling, "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!"
It's a free action to pick up an object.
I would say so, yes.
Okay. Valdis is going to free action pick up the great club that Ralek threw. Run over, flank. Could I consider, would it be an action to then drop the object?
You can do it for free.
Wait, it just hit me. Can the Mind Flayer please roll a Charisma save?
Oh, to see if it can lie.
Oh my god.
Because Zone of
Yeah,
Truth
that
is
is
not
still
a common spell. It's just there
still
now.
going, isn't it?
Yeah.
It beat the saving throw. It beat the
Okay.
DC. Why can I only tell the truth?
I can kill you honestly now.
Alright, Valdis,
Valdis will head over, drop the club at the feet of Ralek, flank the Mind Flayer, and whisper to himself, I don't know what's going on, but I can't just watch and do nothing. And he will swipe him with his short sword.
Alright, so, just as an important note, you guys don't know what a Mind Flayer is. Like, this is a new thing to the world. It's why, like, I had said pretend your characters know nothing about aberrations, because that's part of the impetus of the campaign, that this is the introduction to Mind Flayers.
Yeah.
And
I've been trying to word it so that I didn't know what the fuck this thing is anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have I?
I mean, it's like, it's mostly because, people have been calling it by name, so just, letting everyone know.
Didn't I word it?
I-
Otherwise?
I forget the exact wording you use, but I'm like, no one's in trouble for calling it a Mind Flayer. I'm just trying to clarify for the people that have been saying Mind Flayer.
Okie doke.
Rake your attack roll, Valdis.
Advantage because I'm flanking.
Now, normally, Rylek would be stunned and incapacitated, so I would rule not. But the Mind Flayer has another reason to be distracted from you being behind it, so I would say yes, advantage.
Understood. That is a 15 to hit.
15 is the AC you hit.
Thank God. Okay.
18?
That is 8 points of damage from the hit. And 4 points of damage from the sneak attack.
Alright. We now come to Jacob's turn. Oh, right,
still have
bonus
a
action.
bonus
My
action.
apologies.
Bonus action, seeing that Jacob isn't moving and that Ralek isn't moving, Valdis just kind of goes to whatever he can and say, Lucille, quick, over here! And that will give her advantage on her first attack against this thing.
Alright. Jacob, at the end of your turn, intelligence save.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm gonna use lucky for that. I'm gonna use lucky again to add to make a second saving throw.
Alright.
God damn it. Yeah.
Unfortunate. Rylek, your turn. At the end of your turn, intelligence save.
Well, I'm stunned, so I might as well make it now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it's at the end of your turn because it means that if you do save, you don't get your
7.
turn from it. Yeah, unfortunate. Lucille, that's your turn.
I just like hear yelling, and I'm gonna poke my head in and like, what's going on? Ah! And I'm just oh god. How far is the Mind Flayer from me?
You can get to it easily.
Okay. Well, I know I can get to it easily. I'm just like, I would like to cast, I'd like to use my like a spider fate shit and cast Entangle on this.
Alright, what?
Actually, wait, hold on, wait. Let me look at these. Let me look at this other spell, because I have Entangle and, Web.
I think either of them will be an area, so you would be, hitting either Rylek or Valdis, or both of them.
And since Rylek is stunned, wait, did Rylek make the...
Rylek did not
No,
make the
I
save.
Okay, and since you guys are stunned, that would mean you guys would have disadvantage on the strength checks, right?
Yep.
I would. Valdis wouldn't.
It's a 20-foot square too, so this is a pretty small room. Okay.
The thing about being stunned as well is that we automatically fail any strength or dexterity saving throws, and
Yeah, I was about to say.
and attack rolls have advantage on us.
Yeah. Okay. Because I wanted to do like Entangle because it's a strength saving throw, and really, how beefy is a fucking Mind Flayer? But okay, hard pass.
Beefy, actually.
And
Oh no, I think they're average. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. I've not looked at the stats.
I'm just gonna run in and pop unarmed strike again.
Alright, roll to hit.
Oh boy. Natural 20.
Natural 20! That also means, I believe, if you have not used your inspiration, you get one. If you have, I need to double check the new inspiration rules.
I still have that inspiration point from the coins. Doesn't it wear off after a day?
Though that inspiration, we're letting it still be on its cool off, cooldown. So you have until the end of the day to use that inspiration, since you already had it by the time we switched to the rules.
I still have that inspiration as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need to scroll through the entire thing. Sorry about this.
It's fine.
You can give inspiration to a player in your group who lacks it. Does anyone lack inspiration?
I'm not sure anymore if I should or not have inspiration.
Alright, I would say, since we're in this weird situation, you can actually let either Rylek or Jacob make the saving throw.
I'm gonna give it to Rylek.
Alright. Rylek, you get to make the intelligence save again. And I think you still have, dirty 20? You succeeded! So you are
And
no longer stunned.
So I gave up that inspiration point from the coins. So I still have another inspiration point from the natural 20.
Yes. Technically,
Okay.
you gave your natural 20 inspiration, but like, for purposes, you used the inspiration to give Rylek a chance to save, and now you can attack.
Okay.
Roll crit damage. All right. I don't know if we've gone over my crit rules. We have. It's been a while, so it's maximum roll of the dice plus then roll damage.
Wait, so then at
So what's the highest
roll.
what's the highest on the dice you can roll? What's the
6,
So a 6 and then plus just roll damage and we'll add it together.
because it changed the damage button to 2d6 plus 5.
I
Yeah,
think you
that's-
can
no, that's standard. That's standard crit rolls, but we're doing.
I think you
alternate, so.
can right click it to do a normal roll instead.
Okay, hold on. Flat roll. So
Yeah, flat
it's
roll.
6 plus 5?
6 plus what you're rolling now.
Okay.
Yeah.
10.
So that was a
15.
15.
Yeah, that'd be 15 right there. Yeah, because 9
Wait,
plus
what?
6.
Because it seems like you rolled 9 on the hit.
Yes,
Yeah.
I.
9. Okay, so then that is 15.
Oh,
Hmm.
with my normal plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, it's 14 then.
No, it's 15.
Because 6
max
plus
damage is
9.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So you wallop the where do you try to hit this thing?
The face.
Yeah, so kind of like Cry, like you
Actually,
you
wait.
oh.
How tall is this thing?
It is as tall as like a human.
Oh, I
Hey.
keep forgetting I'm 3 feet tall. I can't reach its face. But you know what? With a nat 20,
Aim
I'm
for the
gonna,
legs.
I'm gonna leap up the off the table and just mid-air punch it in the face.
Yeah, like Rylek, you expected its head to be squishy like an octopus, but you hit bone after the little bit of flesh.
Oh, that's gross.
You have another attack in your action, and then a possible bonus action.
Yes, I do. I am going to. I'm just gonna keep punching it. I'm gonna punch it again.
All right.
Oh, that's a nat 1. That's a nat 1.
You whiff the second one. All right. Are you
I have
good?
a bonus action.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna spend a key point to do bonus action flurry of blows,
All right.
and that means I get to make 2 unarmed strikes. So here's the first one. 27.
27 hits.
I'm gonna roll damage for that one. 7. That's 7 damage so far. And the second one, 18.
18 hits.
And 15, 17, 16 damage
Yep.
to its legs.
So,
So
31
another-
damage. Yeah, so 31 damage total.
Holy shit.
You just batter this thing all 4 of your arms, just punching it all over its body.
I want to hit it in the side of the knees.
All right.
With my flurry of blows.
Let's see. The Mind Blast does not recharge. However,
Oh,
then
thank God.
oh. Yeah.
Also, I also just looked up the average height of a Mind Flare, and it's around 6 feet. So
Yep.
Oh,
About
this
my
bitch is
height.
twice my size.
About my height, okay.
Oh god.
fucking Jacob's technically taller than it a bit.
Lucille, I'm guessing your AC is higher than 14.
My AC is 18.
Yeah, so you do that, and then it goes at you face first, its tentacles spreading out, but you have enough distance to see it coming, and you dodge out of the way just barely.
She yelps and leaps back up onto the table.
You fools will never. Lucille, you hear in your head, you fools will never win. We come to Valdis's turn.
Wait, can I take a free action to just say, "Shut up, ugly"?
Yes.
Voldis is going to be greatly concerned that, in his opinion, the most combat effective person is still not in the room at the moment. So, he's going to maneuver himself so that he is flanking the Mind Flayer with Lucille. No, he's gonna stay where he is actually. And he is going to bonus action say to Ralek, he's been hit. Take advantage now. And he will bring up his short sword and make another strike at the creature in front of him. That is a 18 to hit.
18 hits. Roll damage.
That's 8 points with the short sword.
All right.
And 5 points with sneak attack.
All right. Jacob. End of your
Yeah.
turn. Intelligence save.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to make this advantage.
All right.
I rolled with myself. That's fine. You can see it still on the.
Yep.
It's 19, but it pluses it together for whatever reason. So.
That was probably because you were rolling 2d20 for D&D Beyond. So.
Yeah. But,
Or for roll 20. So at a 19 you save, you shake yourself out of the stun.
Yeah.
Rylek, your turn.
And
Well, it was at the end of your turn, so you do not get to take any
right,
actions, unfortunately.
So it's a free action to pick stuff up, right?
Yes.
As soon as Rylek hears this is the end of all this sentence, she's gonna pick up her great club up and overhand swing it right down onto the creepy motherfucker between the two of them.
All right. You have advantage because you are flanking with Valdis.
Yeah, just let me change that. What's setting real quick?
I
Hit
should give him
die.
that to Lucille. Stupid.
It's okay.
19 hits. Roll damage.
Oh, shit.
Wait, should I have turned off advantage for rolling?
Well, you had advantage anyway on the hit, so it was fine.
Okay, so which one of these numbers do I take?
You're using it with two hands, so that's 13 damage.
Yeah,
How do
two
you want to
hands.
do this?
Oh,
Literally just drop it across his back like as hard as I can and keep going and keep repeating until it is a pile of mush.
You hit once, and the creature buckles back from the force, and then you just keep going. Lucille, you have to dodge out of the way while the Mind Flayer face plants in front of you, and then you just keep beating on this creature over and over again.
Only after it's a puddle, her puddle, she collapses unconscious again.
I would like to apologize for that Mind Blast. Sorry it took two of you out of the fight.
holy shit.
Voldis, terrified, what? And just is going to go to his base nature, and he's going to look over and see what the fuck this thing is.
I would also like to hop off from the table and like poke it very gently with my staff.
Alright,
Its head intact, right?
I would say you probably did.
I wasn't exactly aiming
Yeah.
anywhere.
You probably battered its head. Its skull is probably broken, but otherwise the head is intact enough for investigation.
is combat still active, or is it just more
Oh.
pseudo thing?
Combat's no longer active.
Alrighty. Yeah, Jacob's gonna fucking cast Cure Wounds on himself. First things first, at level 2. And then spend... What's 15?
Alright.
And it's gonna do a Channel Divinity, and do a Channel Divinity to restore that... harness Divine Power to heal that spell slot now.
Alright.
Oh, that's a good. I'll let Valdis investigate the body. I want to go up to Rylek, and just like pat her leg, and use a key point to cast Hand of Healing. So you get 8 health back.
And,
Rylek.
and Rylek just starts to groan as her eyes flutter for slightly. Slightly, and start to open. He sits up. She sits up with some struggle. Looks over to Lucille, nods her thanks, and just lays right back down. I'm not passing out this time, but absolutely exhausted. Exhausted for some reason still.
Alright.
Guy's still alive in there, right?
The individual you captured is still alive. The guard is just knocked out. Or, oh no, both of them are knocked out, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
How did that other guy stay unconscious this entire fight?
Because you knocked him out cold. It's not like being asleep.
Point taken.
Alright, and Valdis, you wanted to investigate the creature?
Yes.
That would be either, that would be religion, but like, using religion, but it's basically more your knowledge of myths and stuff, and stories and the outer planes. That's why it would be religion. Or you could roll investigation with a higher DC, or nature with a much higher DC.
Ooh, boy.
I feel like Jacob would also do a just racing of his mind to see if he just go like, okay, do I recognize this at all? Like, do I know anything?
Right.
And
Yeah.
he wouldn't do the full investigation that probably Rylek is doing. Just a simple glance through his memories to see if like he's heard anything about this before.
Jacob, that would be...
Investigation, not Rylek.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
For Jacob, that would be just pure intelligence checks because you're trying to recall something.
Not history. Yeah. Well, no, even his. No, still it's just. Never mind. Yeah.
I'll do a religion check.
Alright.
That's a 25.
25. This
That's
isn't like anything you've ever heard about, but you know... Oh, excuse me. You know about the place where things you don't hear about come from. You've heard stories of the far realm and the aberrations which come from it, and it brings to mind the story of the Grimlocks, about how they were apparently exposed to something from the far realm. Jacob, with that 15, you don't... The shape you saw in your dream was clouded and silhouetted, and you couldn't quite get a full picture. But this thing bears a striking resemblance, one that isn't coincidental.
I don't know about anyone else, but I'm going to be looking for stuff on its person.
Rylek's gonna
High up the
finally peel herself off the floor and go see if the guard needs help.
I'm gonna drag the guard into the room and tie him up.
Not the guard that Lucille's going to. The rest that went to handle the Grimlocks.
Yeah. So you get out and see. I would say you're able to see across town, and they're doing good. Seems like the Grimlocks were probably a distraction.
Rylek, upon realizing this possibility, is gonna go straight back to where they fought the freaky tentacle thing.
Lucille, you tie up the guard. And then Valdis, you are looking for things on the Mind Flayer's person.
Yeah.
All that you find are its robes and its breastplate, which are both fitted to itself. Do you remove the robes to see what it looks like underneath them? I won't get into like if it gets graphic, I will imply, but I will not explain. So
I think specifically he is looking to take the robe.
Alright. If you take off the robe, you'll like its body is just like smooth. It does not have reproductive parts. It is just smooth and purple and gaunt.
That is honestly more disturbing concerning, mental state of stuff,
Rylek's still walking back towards the interrogation room this all happened in. And so
DM,
she wouldn't have seen it.
Yes.
as just a point, since I have proficiency in Weaver's tools, would I be able to deduce what kind of fabric this is?
Roll me a intelligence check with that proficiency.
Okie dokie. So that is... that's a 10.
10. It's hard to tell without further investigation.
I'm pocketing the robe. I'm taking the robe.
All right. Eventually, a guard will come in. What in Inferno happened here?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I just point at the Mind Flayer, say, that.
He will look over at his fellow guard. Is he? Did it kill him?
No,
Translate that.
He's in on this.
Roll me persuasion, just because it's like you're telling a person that their coworker and possibly friend was a bad guy all along.
14.
God.
14?
14. I'm the one.
Should I also roll persuasion, or can I help Rylek and give Rylek advantage?
Whichever one you choose between those two.
I have a -1 persuasion. I'm gonna give you advantage. Roll again.
11 that time.
The 14 was enough that. I don't. We may need. He's. He's gonna go over. Let me just do a quick check. He's alive. We can at least check with him when he wakes. I knew he was acting strange.
Have you noticed any more of your coworkers acting like him? Strange? Out of the ordinary?
None that I can say.
I don't suppose you've ever seen that thing before? And I point at the Mind Flayer.
Heavens, no. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, we have to deal with aberrations every now and then, but nothing like that.
Aberrations.
Yes, the
Wait, so we none of us know what aberrations are.
I would say at this point, like I would say everyone can roll a history check to see if you know what aberrations are. And this is more of like random chance slash
And-
did you look it up in a book? Valdis, you
And-
did your history check, do you know?
Yeah,
That's
can I
okay.
take my 16 that I rolled for in late previously, which was
Sorry,
basically
were we all rolling
exactly
history
this, you
check,
know?
or-
I would say then Lucille and Rylek.
I
Cause
got 8. No.
Yeah, because because
20.
you know when
30, 20.
I had Jacob, you know, go like, hey, do I recognize any of this? And so he kind of, can I take that history?
yeah,
check
yeah, that's
again?
why I had
And-
Lucille and Rylek being the only ones I
Alright.
roll. Lucille, you don't know anything. Rylek, you yourself are not from Inferno, but your ancestry is, so you are familiar with the Outer Planes, and so you know of aberrations, you know the Far Realm. Yes, aberrations. The planar barriers are thinner here, and so we have to deal with many creatures from the Far Realm coming through.
Rylek goes to the leftover skull of the creature, picks it up gently, and
It's
on a whim, huh?
the head's still attached to the body.
All right then, and picks it up by the head, and then turns it on over under the table, and on a whim decides to check the mouthpiece of this thing.
Does it have a beak like an octopus?
It does not have a beak. It has a circular mouth with a ring of sharp teeth.
I don't know which one would be worse.
Valdis, you look at this, make me a medicine check.
19.
19? This would make the hole in the head of that villager you saw. Maybe not this exact mouthpiece, but one like it.
That thing did it.
Did
That
what?
thing did it.
Did what?
The villager back in Darktown, the one I said that had the hole in the back of its head, that mouth made it.
It eats brains?
Rylek, it just springs her hands back to her side, with a look of disgust on her face.
The body flops back onto the floor.
Lucille like jerks back because she doesn't want it to touch her. Like, oh, what the fuck?
A mixed look of rage begins to mix with the look of disgust on Rylek's face, and it's not gonna be pleasant if things aren't if she's not calmed down quick. So she's just gonna walk away for a bit. Ed?
Eerie, are you over there? Are you all right?
Eerie, we cannot hear you on Discord.
Oh, you can't.
Now
we did not
again.
hear you right then.
Were you like
I-
away from the mic?
No, I was not. No, I was just not speaking at all. I when you guys like just said, "Hey, are you okay, Erie?" And I'm like, give me a moment. I kind of am tuning back in."
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Cause you know everything kind of focused on other stuff. I also still have not got my Jacob's own knowledge on the stuff. But yeah.
Right, Rylek stops long enough up beside Jacob to explain pretty much everything she can remember. Including what Valdis literally just said.
Uh,
and then continues walking towards outside.
Just exposition dump, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna RP that shit.
yeah. Jacob just is gonna tilt his head, confused, because I assume that a lot of this was spoken in common and or translated, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he, as a character, would know. Me, as a player, I instantly have forgotten.
Basically, the information gathered is this is some aberration from the far realm, although none of this is something new.
Yeah. Jacob is just not really saying anything. He's thinking. That's kind of it.
I'm gonna just like look at the. Is that other guard still here?
Yes, just kind of overseeing things.
I just want to ask. I was like, is everyone outside okay? No one taken?
No one taken. It was. He told us that. Oh God.
Who told you what?
He did. He's pointing to the guard you knocked out. He told us that there is a big swarm of them coming, and that there were some, but it wasn't that many. That don't make sense. But why?
I explained what happened in that last time we were in about like all the kidnapped people and Valdis finding someone with like an eaten brain, and I say, I think something bad is starting to happen.
We need to do a further investigation.
And I have to ask, do you patrol the outer perimeters of this town?
Of this city, town? Is this a city or a town?
This is a small city.
Okay. I just want proper wording. Do you guys patrol the like outer perimeters of this city?
We should, I guess, start more on it.
I don't suppose maybe you saw some Grimlocks with like toting along people?
We haven't had any Grimlocks in town, just people disappearing. If it was Grimlocks, there would be signs of them, but these people have just been disappearing.
In the last town we were in, we saved some hostages, but not all of them. They were taken somewhere else and we don't know where. You should keep an eye out for any extra places like, or just keep an eye out for people, I guess, outside of towns.
And she, like, oh god, I'm so, like, when she realizes how bad she is with her words, she gets, like, Lucille gets embarrassed. She kind of, like, looks down a bit.
You will hear groaning as the individual you apprehended at the end begins to wake up.
Rylek's just now walking in after having calmed down. Walking back in after having calmed down.
The individual will look over at the scenery, see the dead mind flayer. No, how?
Rylek goes to grab him. Grab him by the chin.
How is this possible?
And tilts his face towards hers. Lucille, translate.
He's upset, pretty much.
It's the non-binary individual you found.
They're upset. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
It's fine. That was kind of confusing about who it was who was stirring.
Rylek grabs them and by the neck of their shirt, collar of their shirt, lifts them over her head, and says, "You know this one. I know it." Okay. Then looks in the direction of Lucille and Valdis.
We're translating for you. Just don't, like, automatic assumption, just assume we're translating for you.
Okay.
How could one of them be defeated by such feeble individuals of this place?
The rage,
It wasn't that
black
hard.
rage, the black, the black Agnes takes her eye, takes Rylek's eyes for a mere moment, but long enough for him to notice it if he's looking.
Of course. Of course. The Master Vloon is still alive and hidden. You shall not
The who?
find them.
The who?
The great mind of Vloon.
Rylek's lost her patience. She's spiking this shithead on the floor.
No.
On the floor.
Don't-
Please do not kill a prisoner. They may have information for us.
I go up and climb and hop up onto the table to grab Rylek's arm.
It's like, I know you're angry, and I'm not happy either. But let's maybe wait until after we know everything they know.
This little shithead ain't gonna tell us anything.
If we break it, in the words of a friend of mine, if we break enough fingers, we might.
Rylek suddenly slowly turns to the individual still held in her grip.
Valdis, could you roll me an insight check?
$17.
17. You, someone who is so keen to the way people act religiously, this person's a zealot. So how you would want to approach that is brute force may or may not work, but there is also another way you could get what you want to get.
Quick question. Did the Grimlocks ever mention anything about the Masters specifically? Any iconography of their worship is what I'm trying to get at here.
They didn't-
They worship brains. That's what
Yeah.
what Jacob told you once upon a time.
I would say as well, since you heard that, since talking about, how could one of them fall? Oh, the Master Vloon. I would say, roll me intelligence check.
Just him?
Just him, because, it's basically like, insights into Valdis's mind, he would be the one thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
21.
21. Vloon, this individual being spoken of, this great mind, is obviously being placed higher than the creature you just defeated. His wording, how could one of them fall to weak ones such as you? That means that they are placing the creature you just defeated above mortal folk. You're starting to believe that the Masters are less a new deity and more of a class, and not class as in D&D class as in social class to the eyes of these people, but also with religious significance.
And Valdis will stand up and slowly start to approach.
Rylek looks at it. Rylek looks as he approaches and decides to just hold the individual by the scruff of his neck so that they're facing Valdis. Forgive my tongue.
So, you, dear child, are merely a tool to be used by your masters, correct?
Yes. I am their tool, sculpted from once weak will, such as you possess.
You have been lifted of this weakness, correct?
Yes, of course.
There's a look in his eye momentarily, staring at this individual, and then at his allies, and then back again. If that is the case, then please elaborate why one of your greater kin is dead on the ground.
I cannot speak to the manner in which they were defeated. I was not conscious for that.
So not only are you useless, but you're also stupid. What I'm saying is, how could weakness overcome your strength if you are so powerful?
It is not the strength of the body, but the strength of the mind and of the will.
Will. Interesting use of terminology. And, God, do I want? I'm gonna withhold, and Valdis will just turn to the guard that came in. This prisoner is a brainwashed, useless scrub, no longer useful. If you wish to keep him, be my guest, but be wary. That thing over in the corner, that is only the beginning.
Understood.
Do you think? I'd look at Valdis and say, like,
Do you think the guard might be more forthcoming? Or
I think
is the guard also a lost cause?
I believe that these creatures, given all that we've seen, your reaction to the rat being forced against your will to uncage it the first time, my conflict when we faced that horde of rats back in Darktown, my mind was controlled, and now Jacob and Ralek being stunned into immobility. I felt my brain pulsing with pain. I don't believe they're in their right mind anymore. And I don't know if that right mind could ever be returned.
So
Riley just interrupts saying, "Can I kill him yet?"
Please, the guard would not understand that because you are saying it in common.
I look at the guard and say,
our friend here thinks that it's best we kill both of them.
We're not executioners. I guess it will be up to the courts. Oh,
Listen,
also, execution isn't really done down here. We usually put criminals to work. Labor is something we kind of need.
listen, I don't want to tell you how to run your town, but take it from us who have experienced this a little bit more. They're a bigger threat alive. So they're probably it's probably safer for you all if
And I like drag a thumb across my throat.
It's probably best I go to the courts about this. Yeah, basically,
In
like,
the meantime-
they're having that reaction just because of culture, and that it's like execution is something that is not really done because you need all the people you can get, and so even bad people are just like, do the hard work then.
Yeah.
Rylek's gonna walk over. This is under the assumption Valdis was translating the conversation between the guard and Lucille, correct?
Yes.
I was asking Valdis himself.
Oh.
Valdis, were you translating?
Yeah, I was. It's fine.
Just to make it clear. Anyway, continue.
And so, Oshi glances at Lucille, kneels down, and still having a grip on the brainwashed idiot. So whatever he's doing, and he's not getting out easily. And then says, as to the guard, this guy ain't gonna give you the time to get to the court. You deal with him now, or you let him go. Or you let us do it for you.
Roll me intimidation. I'm gonna take the 12 because that was the first roll. You
Wait,
because it's been rolling at advantage.
I have advantage on intimidation and proficiency.
Oh yeah, because of Oni.
I should also probably turn off the beyond 20 thing about raging.
So yeah, so you do that.
And of course, Lucille's translating, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guard will just turn his back and walk out of the room.
Wait.
Not angry, but in a like, a plausible deniability on my part.
And oh gosh.
Then Rylek's gonna close the door.
Jacob's gonna put his foot in the door.
Yeah.
Opens it back up to let Jacob in.
Yeah, and Jacob's gonna pull you out. He surface level looks just completely calm, and thus if you want to try and guess what the fuck he's doing, please roll insight.
Who does he drag out?
Rylek,
Rylek.
because Rylek,
Total is 7.
yeah, he just looks calm to you, like he's just like no real emotion.
What?
We are not killing him.
You are not killing him.
We are not. And he's just staring you dead in the eyes.
Does Jacob close the door behind him so they can have this conversation without the others overhearing?
No, no. All he's done is legitimately pull Rylek out of the door as he was closing it, and is having this conversation. He did not shut the door. He has not done anything outside of that.
Rylek just stands there, silent, face unchanging. Aging. Make a perception check, if you'd like, to notice something about her eyes.
Yeah, that's a 9.
You don't even see. You just see either eyes hard as stone. Own, no, completely oblivious as to her true feelings right now. Suddenly, she looks down a little bit, just enough to get her eyes out of your field of view. And when she looks back up, they're pitch black. And she proceeds to yeet him across the hall, down the hall.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're attempting to shove me then?
No, a little guy, eye across us the opposite end of the hall.
Wait, what?
I'm not touching you. I'm yeeting the guy that's still in my hand.
Oh. Roll me athletics check to see how far you throw him.
Yeah.
At advantage because rage.
Yeah.
All right,
Jacob.
then I'll just have to roll it again.
Yeah, Jacob's gonna try and stop this.
22 on the second one, 15 on the first.
22. You throw him a good
Yeah, well,
22 feet.
Jacob's trying to stop this. By the way, I don't know if he can or something.
You rush after. Just knocked out again.
Then, and with a as suddenly panting as if out of breath, Rylek says, "I'm satisfied. Do what you want with him." And she leaves the building.
I just look at Valdis and gesture wildly at what just happened in the doorway. Like, it's like, did you see that too? Like, what is happening here?
He just shrugs back and goes, I think we have even more problems than I thought we did.
I look at the guard, who's still in the room, right? Like the unconscious one.
The unconscious one, yes.
And I'm just like, so should we kill him then, or no? Because because Eerie doesn't.
No, because the last thing we need to add on our list of problems upon Squid Faces are being outlaws for murder.
Okay, but plausible deniability. No one else saw us kill him. But also, isn't it more dangerous if we leave them alive?
Oh my. Oh.
You look. You saw what happened. They, we, for all intents and purposes, that thing. And I point at the squid guy. That thing shouldn't have known that we had them, and that we had these guys. And what if it's like with the rat? What if and the Grimlock? What if these can see through the eyes of the people they control? And it's
If you are going to immediately go to capital punishment, then let this be known right now. When we find your friends, if we find your friends, and if they have even a moment of doubt whether or not they are still in their right frame of mind, we are also killing them.
She flinches at that, and she just kind of averts her gaze. She says, "That's fair."
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's a legitimate worry, isn't it?
Fine.
I'm
Definitely.
saying I don't like proposing this decision either. But I don't know what to do. Do you?
He looks back at the body. Where did Eerie go?
Eerie went to the person and right now it's just kind of tying them back up, like restraining them, and it's probably taking them back to the guard who turned away, and we'll probably hand them off and say something common, probably to the guard, just saying of just not understanding of just going like he lives, and then heading back to you two. So I think you're kind of alone with your conversation.
Right. Rylek's just waiting outside.
All right.
Valdis is just going to look down to Lucille and say, if you want me to handle it, I can. Go with Eerie. Help him out so he doesn't say something wrong around here, and I'll be with you in a second.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d20 real quick. High for yes, low for no. Or whatever, just... She sighs very heavily and goes to the guard and pulls out a scrap of bandages from her bag and ties it over his eyes. And she makes sure the bindings on his hands and feet are super tight. And she goes to do the same to the zealot that Rylek just yeeted down the hall.
Right.
Jacob's already tied the zealot up.
Oh, I'm tying like a blindfold around the zealot's eyes.
All right.
And I just go up to the guard that gave us plausible deniability and say, if you're really gonna let them live, just be careful, because I think that the creature we killed in there can see through the eyes of the people they control. So at the very least, don't let them see where they are. Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm working on making some stuff for later.
Yeah, I see.
Understood. Thank you for the warning.
Okay. Come on, Valdis.
I
And
do
then-
understand your concerns about them being dangerous, but as long as they're tied up or shackled in some way, they should be fine.
Certainly less dangerous than if they weren't.
I assume that this is where we're gonna quickly. Sorry, I actually kind of wanted confirmation. We're gonna end it sort of here, right? Because
Yeah. This was feeling like a good ending spot.
yeah, as we kind of just, I assume, all leave the guardhouse and probably head to an inn.
Yep.
There was one big thing I was
Oh, yeah,
doing
right,
before
sorry.
we left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was solving the problem.
Oh.
Yeah. So as Lucille leaves, Valdis will, 1, move back to the Mind Flayer, and he will take out his short sword. And I would like to try to remove its brain.
Make me a survival check just to see how clean of a process you make this.
Damn it, that was almost good. 10.
10. You're able to cut in.
You don't you have your inspiration still, so you can make that advantage if you want.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good point.
As a
This is
heads
good-
up, any inspirations that are not used by the time you take your long rest will be wasted.
Okay, I will use inspiration. Thank you, Golden.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 23.
23. You cleanly break into this thing's skull. You're able to get it away like medical precision, and you pull its brain out. And has Valdis seen a human brain before, intact? Or less a human brain, but more a humanoid person's brain.
Not fully intact, no.
This is a brain. What's startling is it looks so very normal at first. but you don't have anything to compare it to, so I believe we'll leave it at that. So yeah, how'd you guys feel about the session?
Yo, my brother in Christ, what the fuck?
What
not
happened?
you, Sam Baldus. You straight up like I don't think that's the right word. You straight up like de-brained this thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just the oh yeah, just not like. Oh yeah, I totally did that.
I'm happy that I'm happy that I finally had a moment of where I conflicted with the party. Thanks to my oath.
Congrats, guys, on our first inter-party argument.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about that reveal?
That was nuts.
That was terrifying.
I was
And
planning
so
to.
wanna-
early.
I still want to spike something small.
I was planning to ambush you guys in an alley, but I'll be honest. Like most of that session was like me improvising.
You did a really great job.
Aw,
I did
thank you.
not
Never
expect-
expect it to go to plan.
Yeah.
I don't think I expected a guard to be in on it, but like when I think about it, it's just like, you know what, that's true. It can't just be like one regular dude that's in on it. It's gotta be
Yeah.
like more.
Don't trust anyone, not even yourselves.
So we're done here. For
Yep,
tonight?
Yeah.
we're done for the night.
I will see everyone next week, where Rylek will probably end up passing out from using her rage again.
I also have to go because I gotta finish this homework before midnight.
All right,
Yeah.
you do that.
All right,
I-
see you guys
yeah.
later.
See ya.
Later.
I'm just happy that I got to show off Jacob's thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because
How much of a stickler for non-unlethality he is?
yeah. Well, okay. He's not a stickler for it. He's like Captain America. That's the best way to put it. Because he doesn't like to try and do it himself, but he understands that the heat of the moment happens and people can't actively be aware of it. You know, like. Because that's something that people kind of forget. That Captain America is totally willing to kill a bad guy. It's just that he prefers not to. It's a choice for him, but he understands that other people don't have the same opportunity, and that's kind of Jacob there. But here, the guy was already, they were already completely out of it, and thus were defenseless, and thus he could have a choice in it. So that's why he was such a stickler for it.
Understandable.
Let's just say Rylek, if she's calm enough, is willing to compromise. That's what the yeet was, for reference.
Yeah. But yeah. So thank you guys for being great players.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you for being a great DM.
Oh, thank you. I still have a lot of room to grow, so you saying that it's nice.
Later.
See ya. And thank you to all the viewers who showed up. It's always nice to see people liking what I do. Yeah, so Tuesday is hopefully going to be Tuesday campaign. So, yeah, see the audience then.